your screen. Thanks for your time. So
So
tell me about how you guys are using Telegram and what's the motive and benefits. So walk me through.
right,
I can
right.
definitely see your screen.
Okay. So again, Telegram is another mm, chat app like WhatsApp. Okay, it's pretty much same. Everything is same, but there are a few better things in Telegram. One is obviously there are no limits in the sense like in a group you can add a lot of people, and then the other thing is the file sizes you can share. I think WhatsApp has a limit right around 65 MB or something, but this doesn't have any limit. So if you like, you can share things better than how you share in WhatsApp. And this guy has um, a standalone apps for Mac. I think Windows also they have, or you can always use web. Right now, what you're seeing is that since I'm using a loaned laptop, I just opened Telegram in web. Um, and the other thing is there are options where you can actually you can create channels too. Channels is nothing but you can see it in the actual app here. I'm not able to see it, but channels are like groups and but it's like there is no limits to the number of people which can participate in a channel. So it's primarily used for things like, for example, if for our SEL, we can have channels created, and then people can subscribe to it. So you could have a captain's channel, or you could have a main channel, and then a lot of people can subscribe it, and you can expose it to the world too, right? And then people can join that and see how things happen in SEL, things like that.
So
But the most,
quick question,
yeah.
Vyas. I have a Telegram app on my phone, iPhone, and I don't see how you can create channels. Seems like is there is some specific way to navigate which phone you're using? Is it Android or iPhone?
So I have an Android, but let me see. I'll tell you where it is. I figured the channel option reason. So if you open up the menu, and then you on the left side you'll see new group, new secret chat,
Yeah,
contacts, and there is a new channel. Maybe you might have to upgrade the version of Telegram. I think the channels came recently, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, because I definitely don't see it. Then I also was not able to figure out bot, but that's why I figured it out. It might be better to talk to someone who's using it and who's more experienced in Telegram. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So
So I can try doing one thing. I have a channel I just created to test, right? So I could see if I can just add you to it, and you
yeah,
uh, let me,
or if you want to create a brand new group, just you and
yeah,
me, and go from there. We both.
let me create one channel. I said SEL. I can create it as a public channel or a private channel.
So
Let
channel
me create
is
it.
basically not inside the group. Is it? It's its own entity channel, or is it within the group you can have multiple channels? For example,
Uh,
in Microsoft Teams,
no.
we have channels inside Teams.
So it is. It's similar to groups, right? So but it's like you can create a channel and make it like a public group. So for example, if you basically are a celebrity, uh, you can create your own channel and then post things there, and then people can subscribe to it, things
Got
like
it.
that.
Yeah, because now I see, and I will share this later. When I click on the plus sign, there is a
Yeah.
new group, new secret chat, and new channel. So, what is the difference between channel and group? That's what I'm trying to understand here.
Yeah, so I just created a channel and added you, right?
Okay.
So groups is like, and groups, I think there is a limit also in both WhatsApp and Telegram also has a limit, but the limit is much bigger than WhatsApp. How many members can be part of a group? Channel is unlimited
200,
pretty much.
200,000
Uh,
people for,
yeah,
yeah.
something like that, right? So again, you could do that, and then you can create private channels or things like that, and people can just subscribe to it. Now
So
the other,
channels are one way because I see your channel that you added me and I got your message,
yeah,
but can I reply you back or is it just a one-way communication for subscribers?
I don't know whether you can reply back. It's kind of a broadcast.
Got it.
Um,
So it's a
See
one-way
if you can
communication.
click my
Yeah.
message and do something like or see, reply. Again, I have not explored channels as such. I recently saw it,
Okay.
but then I realized, oh, you have this option also. You could leverage, right? Um, and the primary one of the primary reason why we keep using Telegram is the ability of Telegram to or it allows people to create bots easily because they have open APIs you can use, and if you can write a piece of code. So I have built a bot for our team, and anybody can do it. I mean, just if you know a little bit of coding, and that's all it takes. And then and you can create a number of. There are already a lot of bots available out there in Telegram. Uh, like for example, you can have a bot for polling. So you add that bot and tell the bot what question you want, options you want. Then it basically the bot will you can have the bot in the groups. I'll show you what this does, and then you'll get the concept. So my
So
bot is
overall, for people who might view this video later, so overall, the idea is that all team or community can build these bots and we can reuse it for, let's say,
yeah,
assigning duty or parsing schedules or creating some automated task, etc.
right,
But Crick Club and Telegram integration is possible. So basically,
yeah,
like improving collaboration and reusing some of these
absolutely.
scenarios.
Yeah. So even though this bot I've created for my team, I think right now um, another team also uses the bot, but the bot I built it in such a way that it can be actually shared, but it belongs. So I added to this group. This bot in my group just tracks things in this group, right? So what we use this bot is basically to track team availability. For example, I can see, we have a match, a practice match this Sunday, so I can easily create a match using bot, uh, and then there are commands. So it's not just me who creates. I've made few other guys admin. So basically, they would do something like create match, and then they say the date, um, uh, and time, um, and opponents. Let's say it's right something, and then the ground. It's a very simple, straightforward app. So they can create a match like this. Once they create the match, what happens is anybody who is in this group in their phone also they would get these menus automatically when they, so they can, for example, in this match on Sunday we already have a lot of people, right? So people can easily add to the match or get out of the match. And then the check-in option I've given, and on the day of match, everyone checks in. So automatically then a tick mark shows up on each of the players. So if by the match time or 15 minutes before the match time, we don't see the tick mark on some players, we can call them up and figure out. But so here, this is a very case. So I'll just remove myself from next match. So I'll just remove. Then see what it does is it just says, and then when I do the team, you will see that I have gone out. So this basically why I did this was to, when I joined this group, every time a match happens, people have to copy uh, the last added message and then take that, add my name to it and repost it, and that's how they were doing it. So I said, oh, I don't we create a match. So now I add, so then the bot actually basically tracks all that, and now I have added back. Again, this is just one simple bot. You can it's so easy to build such bots.
So can I ask
For,
some questions? So when people are opting for the match or not opting for the match, does group get notifications, or how do you know that how the list is evolving, or eventually, or you have to come manually and check the output?
no, what happens is, so when I do any action, you see this. So when I removed myself from the match,
Hmm.
so the bot actually does that, takes me out from the list, and then basically it sends a message back to the group saying we are opted out of the match.
Got it.
Earlier, what I used to do is, along with this, I show the player list also. But then what happens is every time a player adds or something, this list keeps coming. And then
Yeah.
recently I changed it to like a statement. And then if somebody wants to see what the team looks like at any point of time, they can just do uh, a team and then see it'll list. Um, and again, the point is not to basically demo this app, but the things you can do, because it allows you to have that, it gives you that APIs. It's, you can, whatever you want to do, you can pretty much write a code for this, host it somewhere, and ask Telegram to talk to it. Basically, Telegram APIs will then forward the commands what anybody enters in the group and send it to your app. Your app processes it, response back. Telegram will show it. So
And
that's what it is.
what about the security? So I'm assuming that Telegram is probably issuing you some keys or tokens,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
so basically you are using those keys for the secure channel communication. Or
Right. Right. Yeah. So Telegram, once you register, you have to register your bot. So once you register your bot, you'll get a token, and then when your app is running, you have to use that token, pass that token to the app. So then Telegram knows I'm communicating with the right one.
and how do you
Uh,
take care of umpiring duties? Do you also have a bot for that, or task, let's say water duty that you want to assign to some teammate?
so right now, we don't have it, but enough. It is easy to add something like that to the bot, saying, assign this duty to this one. All I have to do is I get the command in the backend. I just have to take that and add it to the list, and then mark it.
And
We don't do it today,
can you do one thing?
but
Can you create a new group, just you and me, and show me how I would be able to deploy, or we would be able to deploy this bot on the new group, where I can also participate and you can participate, for example?
see, for that you can add it. Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah, because my
But
demo was
the
I
point
created
is,
a group, but then I didn't know how to use because I believe there are hundreds or if not thousands, hundreds of bots already available for some task or actions.
what you basically do is, bots are again members,
Yeah,
so
so
you
bots are the
can
members in
go.
the group.
So for example, my bot name is 11, this one, right? So comes, so similarly there are, for example, Paul. So see this Paul bot, right? So maybe this might be a better one for you to play with, because my bot, when you add it to the
So,
new group,
hold on.
I have.
Yes. So I have a group, and I don't know how to add this poll bot because that's what I was struggling. So I can
So
go, I can
I'll,
say add
I'll
member.
yeah, add member,
Uh-huh.
and then search for Paul,
Yeah,
POLL.
I'm not getting anything. It's only looking at my directory contact list. So
No, no,
somehow,
no,
do you have to make a group as a super group or
no.
something? Because that's what I
You,
thought.
you don't have to. We can quickly
That's why I was
do.
asking.
Let's see
You
what.
can show me,
Let's
create a
create a
new
new.
group. Yeah.
And then let's see.
Yep. Now I see it.
And
Create
then
group.
we go here. Yeah, we type Paul. And then
Because
check.
I'm the owner and I don't see this, I'm the owner for the other group.
Huh. One of the parameters is missing or valid. I don't know why not.
So
Paul
definitely it seems
bot.
like Android has some more capabilities. I can definitely see here.
No, this is, I was trying to do it from the web. Let me try to do it from this one. This was a CL and member.
And if you can
Oh,
make me admin, I think I would be able to play a bit
you can add both here because you have block, unblock. I didn't do anything like that. Let me make you admin, promote to admin, so you can add new admins. Okay, then you're an admin now. So now let's add this group again, not this guy again. Add member. What is this? Paul. What? Are you sure? Yes, I want to. So now Paul bot is added. See, now you can see, like, so
now.
every bot comes
I
with a
can
command.
Yeah, I can see now poll bot, etc. But in my other group, you know, I'm the owner, and that's what my challenge is. Let me test one more time. Bear with me, please. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm going to poll. Okay, unless until you don't type the full name by poll, it won't put the list. The minute I type poll bot, then I'm able to see the list there. Okay.
So you can easily create like polls like this: white, let's say yellow, purple. I- Pretty much that's it. And then I say slash done. So the poll is created. So now you see this, you get the poll, right? So you can select, let's say hello. And then everybody in the group can actually do the poll. So again, as I said, this is one of the bot. So basically, we can figure out what we need to automate, and then just write a bot with some logic in the backend. I mean, that's it. And there are, for all these things, and most of the groups, you would need to do polling sometimes. So there is already a bot available for it. Uh, and there will be bots available for scheduling, things like that. Or you can build your own too. And so this, you can see basically, it shows um, the anytime you can see the, so that this way people don't have to like copy paste, put messages, or you can build bots which can listen to the messages and react on it too. um, and all those things are available actually.
Got
um,
it. So is there is a poll bot? So how we can see the list of poll bots which are available? Let's say,
the list of all the bots,
yeah.
maybe the best option to do it, I don't know if you can see it in any um, um, but uh, I you can search for bot, or I'm pretty sure there will be a site or place where you can see all the bots actually. um, so there's a weather bot. Actually, my bot looks at the weather too. Again, it's you can code it in whatever way you want. It's a
Got
whole.
it.
So you like a weather bot you can add, and then you can check weather. So you just have to know how
Yeah.
that bot basically
So
works.
basically, this is like a platform, and there are some micro or mini apps think of on this platform built through these bots, and some specific functionality for repeated reusable task that you carry periodically as an
Yeah,
organizer.
yeah. And and then between for me between I use WhatsApp also for like mostly family. I try to tell everybody to move, because this, to me, I found Telegram much better than WhatsApp with all the features it has. And the one of the big thing for me is that size restriction. There is no size restriction. So many times you build small videos or things like that, you try to share in WhatsApp, you can't actually. But in Telegram, the size limits are really high.
Yeah.
And
So
then
okay.
this is the biggest ability
Yeah.
to do this. And then I basically recently found out that they have this channel option too, uh, which can broadcast messages. So for example, you could have like a captain's channel where you don't want discussions to happen, where you just want to broadcast things. You could probably use that, right?
Yeah, so it's like about WhatsApp, one-way communication, broadcasting mainly. So got it. Yeah, so that's a good feature where people want to have some feeds of what's happening, but
Yeah.
they don't want to participate. That's a good thing. Uh, in terms of, did you said other teams have built bot or other teams are using your bot. So what are the other bots that you have for North Stars?
And North Stars, we primarily use 11 for scheduling, and we use the poll bot uh, when we want to do the polling.
Yeah, and can we
Those
can,
are the
can we
two.
add? Let's say I'm going to this group that you created, test group, and we want to deploy this 11. So what is the just it's called 11.
Yeah,
So can I just find it or do I have to do
yeah,
something else?
you should be able to find it. Just say if you're not seeing it, it is 11 Vasco. You can type it. Uh, I think its name is 11. If 11 doesn't come uh, by itself, you can actually.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me. Maybe you own it, so that's why it's coming to you.
No, it doesn't come because sometimes you just have to use that. Try like this,
Okay, 11 past.
11 Vasco bot.
Okay.
So, or just type 11 Vasco bot. But you will not be able to do anything with 11 because I have restriction built in the backend, so that I really don't want people to just add and start using it. So I have to set admins in the backend for them to start creating matches or things like that.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Cool. Nice. And can I share my screen and show you some different app? We have been piloting with apps like Line and Kazala, and there are a bunch
Sure.
of applications. But one application which stood out for us is Kaizala. It is developed by Microsoft. Can you see my
Okay.
screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
It's a very polished, crisp, and nice app, mainly built for WhatsApp for work, used in countries like India for governments and airline frontline workers, flexible workers who don't have Active Directory or user ID, email.
Okay.
So all they need is a phone number, very similar to WhatsApp concept. But
Uh-huh.
here, how it stands out is that lot of functionality is built into it. Like, if you want to do announcement, you want to
Okay.
do a quick meetup, quick
Okay.
poll, survey, kudos. For example, so if I want to do a kudo here,
Right.
uh, it has all this data flow already defined. So let's say I'm doing kudo for UV, uh, and I'm using the web version. So bear with me. Uh, and then it will choose. You can choose. Can you see my screen? Great job.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So let's say because UV is innovative, bringing new ideas, I can put some hashtags here. I can say CTO, for example, our
Right.
CTO,
Right.
and with that I can send it. So you will see that this will appear as a kudo, and people can like it, interact it here without sending too many thumbs ups and those kind of messages.
Sure.
Um, Plus, there are so many actions are available in the app. Once you click on the plus button here on your phone, you can do the
Yeah.
survey, you can do attendance, you can do the checklist, you can assign schedules. Uh, so, I mean, like, of course, it does not have some features like you pinning capability,
Uh-huh.
but overall, this is a very slick and of course you can build your own custom action cards
Okay.
through the API. Very similar concept. It has a REST API is available, uh, and for work it integrates with Office 365. So basically the corporations can control the data and apply some policies, protection, etc.
Right. Right.
But if you're not using with Office 365, it's just like a WhatsApp on steroid. Uh,
Mhm.
so I mean, like, Line is also very beautiful, very nice, creative app, but it does not have the admin control that we might need for the group. So
Okay.
this one, this Kazala also have one more thing. So any message which you find, let's say this message, I like it, I can send it to my personal on the phone. I can send it to the personal. This is the first time I'm using the desktop version or the web version. So I can forward it to my personal space. So it's basically a note area where whatever messages I find privately, I can keep storing it from multiple groups or action items, etc. I can do it. Um, so this app is also pretty nice, and if you want to kind of share or play with it, install. I already have a group. I can add you there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so you can play with it. So the what part I like here is that I cannot. I will send you a screenshot from the actual app uh,
Mhm.
because it has so many workflows already built into this. So we won't
Got it.
require any programming or backend. Just consume it. It's all cloud-based integration. This is a native cloud app basically. So I'm
Yep.
trying to send you a screenshot. Just give me a minute. And I also want to show, like, how many different types of apps are there. Uh, there are so many. It's like a whole ecosystem. Just think of a Telegram, but much more beyond Telegram. But it lacks some features like the way Telegram organize the media, or the way Telegram allows you to pin the message, or the Telegram also allows you to edit your message, which
Right.
none of the apps, they allow you to delete the message, but they don't
Right.
allow you to kind of like, to update the message once you post it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so I sent you a couple of screenshots in the group that you created.
Okay.
So you will be able to see how many different types of action cards are available. So this is definitely a lot more mature. And what we don't want people is kind of depend on too much commands structure. Basically, like, we want a UI for for the flow. So just like I
Right.
showed you how I created this kudo, or for example, like, on my phone, I cannot create here. Let's say if I want to create a quick poll or quick survey, it
Yeah.
gives you a UI. You will see same on the phone. You will see, you will enter the question, RSVP for this game, and option one, option two. You can put the expiry time, responses only visible to you, people outside Kazala can participate, anonymous, etc., etc. So there are a lot of settings which are through the UI, so you don't interact with the commands, and
Right.
you can pretty much allow your people to interact. So, for example, if I create a quick survey, basically it will offer you a workflow for a, a multi-question survey as a option there. So all these things are already taken care of, which are more than enough what we need as a captain's group or as teams when we are organizing cricket or conducting cricket.
Yeah. No. This looks much better actually.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm also piloting Line right now with so you can see I've got these different people in my group. How to check it? Yeah, so Balaji, Karthik, Mufaddal, UV, and if you see in Telegram, my bunch of volunteers are already participating. How to check in web version the list of people in the group?
Yeah. No, this is really good. Actually,
Uh,
I was just trying to explore. I'll try to explore it also.
yeah.
Um,
So here
right,
in this Telegram, you can see we have a test group Oka, and we have
right,
UV, me, Yogi is there, uh,
right,
Balaji is there, Mufaddal is there. So bunch of these people. So you see, I deployed a poll bot right now because this is something which we wanted to compare,
right.
and you can see people started already playing here. So we will select a better tool for sure, but I think what you got us started is definitely on the right track where we have some these data flow and processes which are repetitive in nature that we can capture and visualize and people can interact. So in
Yeah,
Kazala, the other part is like you can interact, you can touch on the message, you can like it right there,
yeah,
etc. So lot of good features and visuals. The icons are not too big, etc. There is a checklist. You can assign the umpiring duties. There is a job. You can assign job, uh, and it's a very polished app basically.
right, right.
Yep.
No, yeah, this looks much better. Is there any? So this is completely free, right?
Yeah, it is completely free. You will have to pay once you integrate with Office 365 for the corporate features. And the roadmap says some of the Kazala capabilities, because Team is a heavy duty tool. This was built for 2G, low bandwidth, and people, who might be offline. So it has offline capabilities, sync capabilities, etc. So versus Team is altogether different. It's mainly for a corporate network, right? So this
Yeah.
tool was built in India by Microsoft, and now its capabilities are going to get integrated with Team because now there are two separate tools. So Microsoft has published a roadmap, but the free app will be available for the emerging markets because a lot of airlines like Philippines Airlines and many government they are running on Kazala already. So it's by Microsoft, uh, so more reliable versus, I've heard like Telegram is using a proprietary encryption, which is questionable, and it might have some state actors involved, like China. Nobody knows who owns Telegram. It's a disenfranchised or very highly decentralized.
Russia.
Yeah.
It's actually developed by one a Russian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so I mean, like, so those issues are there. So I mean, like, we are settling pretty much on this app. But of course, after a couple of years, 2, 3 years, we might have to reevaluate, which is the type of world we are living right now. Everything changes very quickly over the years.
right, right.
Yeah, but this is something is very polished. Just need a phone number, no email ID, just like Telegram, WhatsApp, and it has its some limitations. I really miss the pinning feature, but let's say this is the update checklist with which I was talking about. Things to do. You can have multiple items there uh, for the checklist. Oops.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So you can have water duties, who's bringing chair, who's bringing kit, or umpiring duties on this date, these many people, and you can track in a single pane, single basically card. You can check, let's say, eight umpiring duties. So you can check it, eight umpiring duties, and those people will check mark it, etc.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm just showing it to you here. I built this up update checklist. So, for example, in our captains group, captains, please ensure every week, my typo here, ensure umpiring duties are assigned. Alok for Panthers, UV for Raptors, Pankaj for this. So basically, we
Okay.
can add here Vyas for North Stars, for example. North Stars, Vyas. So basically, you can come and check market. So we know that Vyas has assigned umpiring duty for this weekend's game.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, like these kind of things are pretty neat. I mean, like it's a very structured, nicer way of collaboration. And then we can also send reminder. So what happens is it does not have the pin feature, and I bet it might come down the line. But basically, it will remind all the captains in the group or your people in the group about the task or checklist to complete it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Vyas. So
Yeah.
sounds like fun. See, two different approaches. I see a lot of similarities because
Right.
I'm also a digital guy working for Microsoft. So they both have taken two different approach. Microsoft also have the API route, but Microsoft went with the UI approach to build these action cards,
Right.
versus Telegram has gone purely with the command-based interface for implementing the action cards,
Right.
polls, and the other bots. And then, of course, you can use the API to build the additional action cards. And in Microsoft case, we are depending on the ISVs and some other partners to build the custom action cards or developers. So the whole ecosystem is at play. Same with Telegram. Eventually they will have, let's say, thousands of bots available, mature bots.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Looks. Yeah. That is. This looks really good.
Cool. All right. So yeah, if you want to pilot for your North Star team, start doing it or start playing with it, or install Kaizala. I will add you to my group so you can become my alpha tester. And we also have a testing group for Telegram. I will also add you there, so that way you can also teach some trick to us. Okay.
Yeah. And I downloaded Kasala actually.
So
So.
Kaizala is a Marathi word, Kaizala. So
Oh, is it?
yeah, it means like uh, what's happening basically.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it was
Yeah.
built
So
by
I'm
Microsoft.
I'm already there actually. So if you want to add me to the group,
Yeah, let me just add you there. Hold on. And I will also make you admin, so that way you will have all access, and you can see a lot of good control on there because sometimes you may not want to allow other people to create polls, only organizers,
right.
etc. So I've added you to the group, and let me make you admin. Perfect. Have done that. And I will also add you to the other Telegram group that we are experimenting. So that way, we can stay all connected and share our findings.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. All right, Vyas.
Okay, Rajan. It's good.
Yeah, take care, buddy. Thanks for your time. This is useful, good learning together, and hopefully we can uplevel the all the cricket teams and organizers in DFW. So this is not just about us, but a lot of other people will utilize the benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
All
Thanks,
right.
Rajan.
Bye
Yeah.
for now.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.